ew, the Instant Pot is pretty dirty.
Well, today we're going to do something a little bit different. If you've watched my welcome video, I talk about not just cooking and trying to make life a little bit more simple and to show my subscribers and my viewers on what I do to live a more simple and ordinary and joyful life. And one of the ways that I do that is I use Norwex products to clean. I became a Norwex consultant several months ago, and the reason was because Norwex uses just water to clean while eliminating harmful chemicals from our homes. And that helps me to live a simpler life. I don't have to carry cleaners with me around the house. I just take my wet and viral cloth and I go about and do my cleaning. So today we're going to clean the Instant Pot because I know a lot of my subscribers have an Instant Pot, and I show how to use Norwex to do that. So we can just get started. Usually Dude does all the washing after I've done cooking, so that's the deal. I cook, he cleans. This is the liner for the Instant Pot. And generally when we're cleaning the liner, we use just Norwex dishwashing liquid with the Norwex dishcloth. And I'll just show you here in my little bucket what that looks like. So this is just 1 drop of detergent in this bit of water. And we really enjoy using this dishcloth because it's got a lot of holes in it. So what it'll do is it'll grab any crumbs, any bits and pieces, and you can just rinse it out quickly in water, and it will just release everything and nothing gets stuck. Whereas in a traditional dishcloth, things would get stuck in there and it'll be more difficult to release even when rinsing in water. Another great thing about this dishcloth is that sometimes it does get greasy and oily. It's made out of nylon, and we just toss it into the dishwasher to get a deeper clean. And that's one of the things I love most about that dishcloth. Sometimes food gets cooked way more on the bottom, sometimes even burnt, and yes, that even happens to me. We have found this item from, I think, a dollar store. No?
It was from Italian specialty market, and it just happens to be a branded one. It's a rigid scraper, plastic scraper. This one has a brand, but we've seen it at dollar stores, and a friend picked it up somewhere else from another supplier. But what it is that it's just a rigid plastic scraper that's got an angled edge and a more of a 90-degree edge. And what I do is that instead of inundating your sponge or your even like your 3M Adobe pad with all that gunk in there, which is really disgusting. It just gets into the crevices of the scrubber. I use this scraper that I just scrape off all the big chunks and go from there.
Yep. After he scrapes off all of the big chunks, there might still be little bits of food stuck to the pot. And what we find is this sponge works really well. It's also a Norwex product. It's called the Speary Sponge. And this is non-abrasive, and it's good for even non-stick coatings. But I'm so happy that our pot is stainless steel because I've gotten away from using anything that's non-stick. And this just really does give it a good scrub without scratching up your pot. To clean the lid, there's just a few parts that need to be removed if you're doing a thorough cleaning. This is the seal knob, and that just comes right off. So I just give this a good rinse, making sure that water's going through the hole. And then even just the top of the lid, just a quick wipe with, if it's really dirty, to use the dishcloth with dishwashing liquid and just wipe and rinse it underwater. On the other side, there is this protective cover for the valves, and this can be removed, and that you just quickly wash as well as you would normally. And then the sealing ring, sometimes I remove it and sometimes I don't. Sometimes I just give it a good rinse depending on what I've made. Like sometimes it's just condensation in there, so I'll just give it a good rinse. Otherwise, if there's more food and stuff, you can just remove the sealing ring and give that a wash with soapy water as well. A lot of people complain that the sealing ring smells, and it does smell. One of the ways that I kind of keep the smell down is that when I store my pot, I store it with the lid up and open. So I'm just going to quickly put this back in.
And occasionally I put the sealing ring or the gasket or the seal, whatever it's called, I put it in the dishwasher too.
So these things snap on pretty easily. And again, yeah, you can just give it a good wash and give it a rinse, and that's it. That's all we do with the lid.
Yeah, that's pretty gross.
Yeah, it's pretty gross, huh? So cleaning underneath here is not difficult, and I think a lot of people just don't know what to use and how to do it. I have read from a lot of people that use the Instant Pot that they like to purchase these, I don't know what they're called, like these little sponge with an angle on a stick, and you get them from the dollar store. Perhaps you can get better quality ones, but I tried using one of these, and I find like the sponge is just really cheap, and it's disposable. So after I'm done, I would just chuck it, and I'm trying to minimize the amount of things that we put in our landfill. So I am not, I'm not going to recommend these, although it does do an okay job. But I've also found that our dishcloth does a great job as well, because again, we talked about the little holes in the dishcloth, and because the cloth itself is pretty thin, it gets into this nook pretty easily. So I'm just going to put in a corner, and I'm just going to run it around the rim. And you can already see that I've picked up all of the stuff that and pushed it all to the side here. And then just, yeah, that is yuck. Rinse it out. And again, it just releases all of the little bits without much effort. If you put it under running water, it's even faster. Okay. This is our travel size EnviroCloth. It's a microfiber cloth, and I'm just going to run it through to clean up anything else that I may have missed. And again, it's thin enough that you can just squeeze it in and run it across or through this nook, and it will pick up anything that you might have missed. And that's it. Did it pick up anything? Just a little bit right here in the corner. I'm also going to use this cloth to clean the rest of the pot. So you see all of this, and again, this is wet with just water, so I'm not using any chemicals, no dishwashing detergent or liquid, and I'm just going to clean the pot here. And I'm hardly using any effort at all. You can see that I've quickly cleaned up all of the spots and such on all the debris that's been left over, any water stains that have made its way onto the pot. And again, this was with just water and my microfiber cloth.
You really wouldn't want to use anything abrasive on that plastic display.
Mm-hmm. I'll just finish cleaning. And this is the drip tray. All this like liquid from the condensation that builds up in the lid drips into this area, and you would just take this out and rinse it out. Ta-da! That's it. All done. So if you have any questions at all, please leave a comment below. If you want to know more about Norwex, or if you have more questions on how to clean the pot, I'm happy to answer them as well. And if you like my channel, I hope that you'll subscribe, that you also like this video, and yeah, I appreciate you watching. Thanks.